I just know it was suddenly 5:30 in the morning, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I had to sleep."
Yeah, I had a sleepover for my kiddo, so I was adulting or couch
Yeah, but
parenting.
an hour later, there was a mosquito in my bedroom.
No, evil.
Hmm. So in some, I kind of slept for about 3 hours or 2.5. I don't know. But coffee is my best friend.
Coffee is also a best friend companion of mine. Super enjoyable.
I'd say it's more like a needed crutch for me.
I don't know. I like getting up and pouring that first cup of coffee and just sitting and watch the sun come up, check the ant news, take it easy. Nice slow start to my day. Well, part of that. We'll just give it a little extra time to let the audience fill up, see if more will come out. And then I'll get the show started.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, let's just see how this goes. I will start with the intro. I'm going to take care of a little bit of housekeeping. So just remind everybody that the hand up button is not to say hello. It is to ask a question live on stage. Do not forget to post your in-game ID in the live ID channel for a little something from Fairy for participating and listening and hanging out with us today. And also a reminder that please share any suggestions or topics you'd like us to talk about in our stage topic channels. And I will hand this off to Jake, who's going to run the show today.
So we've had a pretty big week with the 4th anniversary just wrapping up. Lots to do in the Ant Kingdom. And hopefully everybody's season is going very exciting as well. How did you guys like the 4th anniversary? All of the pack stores.
But ding.
Wait. Oh, I can't send the gift here, but yeah.
I mean, I think I've said it a bunch of times on air that I super appreciate shiny things. And I have to say that the Hill skin is probably one of my favorite, if not favorite, currently. And the teleport is way cooler than I expected. So yeah, overall, I mean, I had fun with it.
Yeah, that Hill skin is very good looking. I have to give the art team a big props to that. That is, or the developers, whoever made it. I'm not 100% sure, but it is sweet. And that teleport skin, very, very cool.
Yeah, it wasn't what I expected at all. I was like, oh, well, you know what? But I had gotten halfway there, so I figured I'd pick it up. So I enjoy it.
Have you been testing it out a lot with the free teleports?
Yes. Yeah. Put on a little show for the Alliance. I'm going to be right here. Give everybody a chance to see. There is no buyer's remorse at this time. Oh.
I share the screen so everyone can see it, how it looks like, skin and teleport.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. It's kind of, you aren't really subtle when you're landing in the middle of a fight. You're pretty obvious. So it's perfect if you want to be a target.
But of course, there were also some questions like, do you have to wait for the teleport until it's fully loaded, or can you attack right away? Yeah, you can attack right away. It will stop the animation of the teleport, but there are no limits or anything for all those who didn't test it yet.
Yeah, that's pretty much the first thing I did because it seems like watching it, there's a lag, but there isn't. If you're going to sit and watch it, yes, because you're waiting for it, but you can immediately start sending troops before you finish landing. Or the
Okay,
teleport thing stops.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense because it would be kind of a hindrance if you couldn't. Um, Lagoshi asked when we will see the new insect. I assume he means another Synergy 3 insect since they have the Guardian one out. We don't know when that would be out, but we're also looking forward to it.
Hmm.
Anybody that's a carrier and Nim, I'm assuming also for her shooters would love to see a Synergy 3. We can only really wait and see.
I mean, I would love to see it, but like maybe give me some time to rebuild the bidding so
Yeah,
that like spread the events out. I don't mind that.
for sure, I agree, and I know that the Synergy 3 Guardian insect is quite the beast. People with full carrier lineups are still using it and using it very well. So whenever they bring out the carrier and shooter version of a Synergy 3, it's definitely going to be a must-have if you want to be very competitive.
Ugh, Ghostly, we should get it next month. I'm gonna have to sell a kidney.
Oh my gosh. But I kind of have the feeling that it will arrive next month,
Yeah.
but we will
Ghostly has 2
see.
kidneys.
He's gonna sell one of them for me. No. But,
Both, one for you, one
yeah.
for me then. So Tika is asking, will new teleport skins be added and should we expect them to be available for purchase for 10 sticks? Definitely there will be new teleport skins, but when is the other question? Because they
Well, I
don't
think
let it only with one skin.
Yeah.
well,
And
and I think oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I think we were going back to because he might be referring to how we did see a new skin added to the VIP. Was it VIP? Or no, it was the treasure store.
Yes.
I'll post that. And
I
so
beat
for
you
the
to it,
first time in
sorry.
a oh, did you? Oh, you did the small version. I did the big one. So it works out. So the first time in a long time, I don't even know how long that was. Maybe you know, Charmaine, that there's been any changes to the treasure store, but they did add a new skin. So I mean, hopefully, if you'd like to see those types of things added to the treasure store for sticks, definitely put it in the world suggestions, and hopefully, if enough of us make requests and like those types of suggestions, we may or may not see teleport skins as an option.
Yeah, I
But I mean,
think
it makes sense.
in the future, I think it definitely makes sense. It's still very new, so I assume the next couple will be a little more exclusive than the hard branches. But in the future, I think for sure you'd see them in there.
Well, and I'd love to see some free to play options, like for teleport skins or things like that that they can get from the like other events. Do you know what I mean? So that like everybody can, look sassy when they
Definitely.
land.
I think that's going to be in the future. I would assume they'd have a purple version of a teleport skin that you can get for free or a lot easier than the golden versions. I don't know.
I
But
mean,
that would be a
hopefully,
cool idea.
because yeah, but for example, the insect skins, they weren't available for free to play. They were all
Yeah,
for paid player,
there's a
I think.
purple insect skin though. There is one free purple insect skin.
Which one?
Is there not?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a troop skin. You're right. You're right. It's not the same.
Yeah, they're troop skins. They're not insect skins. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I'd like to see it. I like to see it as an option, but
I mean,
I
there's
don't.
a channel that's called word suggestion.
Is that where I'm
Yes.
supposed to put
Yeah.
my ideas?
Yes.
Yes. And then vote it up. Then if you like an idea or suggestion in that channel, then go in and give it a lot of thumbs up, or is it stars? I can't remember.
It is
I mean,
stars.
there are a
Give it
lot.
golden stars.
all the stars. But yeah, I mean, I think
Don't
that
be so
it's
greedy.
don't be so greedy. I mean, I do like shiny things, so, and I like free shiny things better than paid shiny things, but I still like my paid shiny things.
Thank
Oh,
you,
we do have a
Ghostly.
hand up, actually.
Awesome.
I
Let's
will.
invite them up.
You getting it, Jake?
I'm trying to figure out how. So
I'll
if you
do it.
can beat me.
Yep, it's sent. So, Johnny, if you accept the invite to speak. Welcome to the stage. Got a question? Oh. Hello?
Hello, Johnny.
You're probably on mute or something. We can't hear you very well. You're going to have to speak up. All right.
While we're waiting for Johnny to figure out his microphone and ask a question, there was something that came along with the 4th anniversary, which we haven't covered yet. Oh, Johnny just said he had an internet connection problem. No problem. We can wait for you.
Or you can just ask in the live chat if you can't seem to fix it.
There was
But
video competitions that came out. I don't know if anybody was planning on submitting entry to these competitions, but I'm very excited to see what comes out of it and some of these submissions from the community.
yeah, I think it would be cool. I mean, who knows? I think there's a lot of talent out there in the community for that we don't get a chance to see. So I love these little opportunities to see what everyone can bring to the table. I'm going to move you down to the audience, Johnny, and then if you can re-ask if your internet will fix. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say some of the rewards for those video challenges are quite lucrative, very cool to see, and I don't know. I'm just very excited to see all the submissions when they're out. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think it's a great way to get a little extra reward if you have a talent to make some cool videos and see what everyone's ant game experience is. For sure. All right. There was another one, I think.
Yeah, the update that came out earlier today or last night.
I think it's the long-awaited gathering change improvement. I think that's in that update, is it not? I'll post the update in the chat just to
Okay,
find
thank
it.
you.
There we go. So, yeah, optimize the points acquisition rules for gathering tasks in the Strongest Warzone event. Increase the event points obtained by gathering resources, except diamonds. So I know that there were a lot of people last week asking about that because we had a change in the few updates ago or update ago, because we've had a lot lately where we gained more resources when gathering and hunting and a few other places. And it had detrimentally affected your ability to get your 9th shell in gathering. And it looks like they're now going in with this update to optimize that. So we'll have to wait and see what that brings to the table.
That will be nice, certainly. I am
So-
not a great gatherer, so anything that might help that.
Same. I mean, I've gotten better over time, but it's during season, it's more challenging because there's always something going on, especially once the tunnels open. But back on server, I'm getting better at it because taking that day of rest while you let everything gather is sometimes nice because you don't feel like you have to be constantly checking the game. But yeah, gathering's not. I never change out of Raider in season, so gathering is not a priority for me.
I agree with that.
I mean,
So-
after they made changes that you get more stuff out of gathering, it's just fair that they also adjust or optimize the increasing points of what you gathered, because at the moment you definitely not or let's say it's hard to get the 9th shell,
Yeah.
so it's just a fair adjustment.
Yes. Yeah. I think so. So, and then the next optimization on the update coming is the special ant evolution feature, increasing the evolution cap of Pioneer special ants. The promotion feature will unlock when the evolution skill of the corresponding special ant reaches the max level. So what we gather from this is that in our meteorite, the Pioneer, which is the first feature that unlocked, anyone who maxes that out it's an increase to that. And so I don't know what the promotion feature will unlock. So that must be a feature when you've maxed it out. But I am obviously, as I post this, nowhere near maxing it out. So it's not a feature that I think will affect. I think it'll affect more bigger players who've maxed out that feature or prioritized that to max out.
Yeah, and it's kind of similar to the rest of the mutations. Once they're at the max level, you can evolve it to further bring it up a little bit. Kind of
But
reminds
yeah,
me of that. S-
so
Very cool.
but it'll interesting to see what the promotion feature is and what that means for skills or buffs or how that will work. What's the chuckle
Totally
for?
agree, Lasse. I mean, when they made these adjustments, the whales have something to do then.
Truth. Yeah, it's more for the players who've maxed. I mean, and let's face it, it's challenging to max it out, and a lot of us aren't there yet.
I'm not even close.
Same. Same. Okay, and what's
And
the
number 3,
Miss
there's
Queen got a question, Jake. What is the current max level?
put me on the hot seat.
that is definitely a tactics question because I have no idea.
Yeah, I thought it was 30 or 30, 35, Ghostly said. That's what Soul was posting screenshots, but that's when it first came out, so I don't know if they raised the cap.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I was gonna
I mean,
say,
Lasse has to know it because he's a little whale.
but yeah, I mean, it's higher than 20. That's for sure. But yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah, it's unclear to me because this update says that they raised. Let me read it again so I don't misword it, but it says they increased the evolution level cap. So I believe it was 35 was the old max, but I don't know if they raised the level cap up and added the promotion feature or just
mhm.
added another feature. I'm not sure.
So we will be watching to see
So
what
once you
some of
get
the
up there,
bigger, yeah, post it, let us know.
yeah, please tell us, Miss Queen, because you're probably closer than us.
From what I remember, an old whale account. I mean, so yeah, you're fair enough. Like we don't know if it's going to be maxed at 35 and then a new promotion feature opens up, or if you can max it to past 35 and then once you hit that max level, the new promotion feature opens up. So I mean, that's to be seen for
Yeah.
future stages.
On to the third point of this recent scheduled maintenance notice. They're adding a claim all feature to some game pages. Rewards for strongest Warzone, colony action, Warzone supply, Force series events, etc. can be claimed with one tap now. So that will help.
Yay! The
Yeah,
all claim button. We were waiting
seriously.
for it.
One click. It will be so nice.
Mm-hmm. Will be so nice, especially when you're like, I got to finish some stuff up just before a reset because I forgot.
Oh, that is so
Now,
Like,
stressful
isn't
sometimes
it
trying to.
more something like you are in the game and you're doing all this stuff, but you don't want to collect all the gifts that the players spend?
Lulu, you're so right. Now we need a water them all button. we, we really do.
Yeah,
I'm terrible
definitely. I
at watering
agree.
people. Mm.
But yeah, thanks to the devs that they made these changes, or
Yeah,
they
I
are
mean, I
going
think
to
that's
make
awesome.
these changes.
Yeah, I think that will be a very well received change. People will love that for sure. And it's
Hmm.
something that some people have been asking for a while.
So
Yeah, it is.
applause.
Also, I want to point out Miss Queen's picture of the Pioneer level. I didn't even know it went to red. So, I mean, that says a lot about how much I pay attention. But so it looks like that's maxed out to 30. So maybe, yeah, we'll see. That's pretty cool.
The jack jumper looks so cool.
Hmm. Yeah, shout out to some of that art. It's pretty creative and interesting. Gotta love that. Okay, and the last
Banshee
bits of
Panda
the
looks kind of creepy.
does it? Let me see. Go
Yeah.
look back.
The
Oh,
last
it
one?
does. The Banshee Panda. Yeah, it does look creepy. It looks like a zombie skeleton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does.
it was so cute.
It is cute and floofy, and now it's like
Yeah.
angry.
Angry, grumpy, everything, but not cute at all.
Mm.
I agree with what Koenig said. We need to unwater all.
That's funny.
So,
I was
what's the
gonna laugh
fourth
at it.
point?
Unwater. Fourth
I
point.
am. Let me find it.
I know. The chat's so busy. Fourth point. I got there first. Optimize the Alliance expedition. Added the bubble notification of the registration and opening of the rainforest to the bottom right corner of the Anthill main page. I think it's a great little feature. Kind of, I mean, I know in my alliance, we're always posting and reminding, and this is now going to help with that. Bring all the people to the table quicker so you don't hop in and send your troops to hunt lizards before you realize it's actually time to join rainforest. So I love these little convenient features. Like they're not huge changes to the game, but they're super convenient and um, great for overall simplifying some gameplay.
Yeah,
What do you
for
guys
sure.
think?
I think everybody forgets from time to time, and I think features like this will cut back on forgetting things that you care about, like joining Rainforest. Because I think we've all probably been online or had our phone open and just forgot to join.
Nah, never.
Never. You're just better than
Never.
us.
No, I just don't join. Nah, I'm just kidding.
You don't need the
I was
buy
going to,
lessons.
as an aside then, so you wouldn't know this then, Charmaine, like what the biggest turnout for any one of your um, rainforests has been for your alliance, like activity wise.
I mean, it's standard to be in the rainforest every Friday, and this is always the last event I'm joining on at the end of the week. So it's kind of an automatism that
Yeah,
I
but do you
join.
get how many players do you think like on your team wise? Like how active is your team at the times that Rainforest is available?
Currently, after the merge, we were nearly fully available. Like they were all joining. We were around 40 the last couple rainforest events. So we're pinging anyway in the server. So that is not really a need for us.
Yeah, I think 40 is pretty average. Would you say, Jake, for your what you see?
Yeah. I'd say if we had under 40, it would be a smaller turnout. But we rotate the time each week, so definitely there's
Really?
sometimes. Yeah, we
Some
have
teams do that.
Oh,
like
okay.
lots of people in our alliance are from different places and stuff. So if we had it at the same time, no, there would be a group of people that just couldn't make it every week.
Yeah, that would be a advantage for you guys, this change.
Hmm. I
Because
have to.
if I would be in an alliance with rotated times, uh, I would miss some, to be honest.
I do it every month at least. I miss one, I'd say.
Not surprised.
I mean, it depends for me. 'Cause, I can usually manage the time that my alliance picks. Even if I'm working, I can come in and gather. So I still can manage my 20K points to get my bioessence, especially now that I know how important it is. Because in the beginning of the game, I had no idea that I would want a lot of those. But yeah, we've been lucky though. We did a merger, and the biggest turnout I've seen for our team was almost 80 for one rainforest, which I thought was insane. I've never
That is
seen like I've
crazy.
just never seen. But
You can
yeah,
buy these too, Nim.
but what bioessence? I know, but I got a budget. They keep sending out shiny skins. I can't buy everything.
You don't have a budget for shiny things. I know that.
I mean,
Your
I like to
budget
eat
is no
too, so
budget.
I only have 2 kidneys to sell, and I kind of need to keep one, so I have to budget a little. So
There were a
yeah,
bunch of great suggestions too that we gathered this week.
Didn't you forget?
yeah.
Or
There's number
is there
5
number
still.
5?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm ahead of
Mm-hmm.
myself.
Mm-hmm. It's optimize the text display and descriptions on some pages. I haven't noticed any text display issues personally, but I'm sure there's a reason why they're doing it. And then I know there's a bunch of little bug fixes that they're doing. So it seems to be a pretty big update. So it will be 60 minutes. So plan your gameplay around that so that you know that you're going to be bubbled and not able to fight if that's in your window of time. So,
Oh yeah, in the bug
okay.
fixes it says there's an issue with the 5th skill of the Leaf Devourer, so hopefully the guards won't be beating me as much anymore.
Guards
Don't
can
bully the
be.
guards.
They love it.
Yeah.
No. Terriers love it to be bullied.
All right.
That's a very opinionated answer, Charmaine.
Ah, I'm a shooter player. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Same. Although I am very close to getting my T10 guards, so I'm pretty excited about that. The grind is real.
Cash Doll was asking what server do you guys play on?
uh let's just say I'm in group 4.
I'm an old player. I'm in group 1 on 100. I mean, I can
On
say
11.
that because no one wants to join 100 or group 1.
I'm on 1135 with Ghostly, unfortunately. I've been stuck here with them for a long time.
Oh. Oh, we got a
mean,
hand up too, so I'm going to invite them up too. It's Conic.
Yeah.
But
Welcome,
welcome
Conic.
to Greetings, Conic.
Interesting about the group thing you're talking about. I want to ask how you guys feel about the matchmaking, like overall for sewer wetlands, vast jungle, etc.
I mean, I can only really speak to what I'm experiencing in my wetlands. And we are matched with some older servers, but we haven't really run into like an overpowering issue. So it is an older server. I mean, and there is some drawbacks because they've had longer to collect resources and all of the things. But overall, like we did a 1v3 yesterday and held our own quite well. So I don't feel like we're outmatched in our event personally, and we're having a lot of fun. What about you
Hmm.
guys?
To be honest, I didn't pay attention to whom we are matched with, because meanwhile it doesn't really make a difference between, for example, group 4 or group 1. They seem sometimes they seem pretty stronger than us, even they are younger. So there's not really a huge difference.
And I'd say my season, I'm in an island right now, and we had a pretty even matchup. I'm in Group 8, and we're facing Group 7 and Group 8 servers, and they're all pretty even.
Because there's been it seems more people are adapting to it, but some
Mhm.
do think it's a concern that younger servers have been fighting older servers, even though that's been a constant thing since Lost Island. One
Mhm.
thing
I
I
would
do have
say they're
to
definitely adapting.
mhm, yeah. Uh, I mean, we discussed this last week where they have the love stripe, right? Or the stripe
Hmm.
love, whichever you word it out. It's given to like even like beyond 850 to like younger servers. And if you notice in the 600 point pool, right? They're all like surreal wetland ants. And that easily could be like whether it's just to hand out to everyone because of the sewer wetland, or is it to like people theorizing it's so that they can quickly catch up more to the older servers so they can have a better matchmaking per se. Like one of the hottest topics that's been for the matchmaking is 2v1 in a vast jungle. Uh, what is it? One old server from the 361 and a young server versus two young servers and then two old servers. And like this is from what people think, it's the only vast jungle ahead the 2v4 in that situation as well.
Mm.
Huh,
Well,
that's
Jake,
interesting.
what do you think about that? Because you're in a fairly, like, not new, but a newer, much newer than some of us. Do you feel like you're um, like getting some things are opening for you a lot faster than you maybe saw in some of the older servers to grow your strength?
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. Ever since I really started the game, a lot of the things that many of the older players were complaining about seem to kind of get fixed for us almost, or at least made a little bit easier for us. Um, so this is kind of a trend that I've been noticing for sure. Like we're definitely um, trying. They're trying to catch us up quicker so that there's better matchmaking for sure. It
Hmm.
makes sense.
I mean, that's definitely the where I would lean if I was asked my opinion on it, which I guess we were, is that it does seem like they're even with the resource gathering and like it's like that they want to expedite hill growth and optimize it so that when there is matchmaking, it's not as imbalanced and it keeps players more active. I mean, I think it's great. I mean, I can't wait to see if and when they do something when it comes to the groups merging or CSC changes, because there's lots of players I've played with now on much older servers that I'd love the opportunity to play with on their teams. Um, so yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that too. We've been facing Group 7 now for many seasons. It would be great to merge the groups together and be able to make alliances with them because we've made lots of friends and enemies too over there.
So anybody else? Charmaine, you think anything of that? I mean, being you've been in this game longer than both Jake Dog and me.
Yeah, as I said, if they are going to plan to merge, for example, group 1 up to, let's say, group 8, it wouldn't make a difference because the younger server are catching up really fast. What
Hmm.
I saw and what I experienced, sometimes, oh, not sometimes, I was even very often weaker than them. And I'm like, it doesn't matter where I am. I just hope that they will just open the gate so I can move to other servers, maybe to higher servers, to make some new experience, meeting new peeps, and all the stuff. Being with Nim. What?
I don't want to face Nim in a season.
Oh, I want, because we
We did
can
face
be
each other in
both
a
shiny.
rainforest, didn't we? We
Huh?
did in a rainforest. I think we faced each other in a rainforest
Yeah,
once.
we did.
It was
I
fun.
was just a bit late on that day.
You saw you're facing Nim and you showed up strategically late, huh?
No, I didn't know that we are together on this on this event. I just figured it out later when I joined. I was like, huh? Kind of familiar. And then I saw Nim, and the first reaction I gave was Nim.
Truth. It's fun. And that's just it though. I do think the overall gameplay, I mean, we obviously don't know or have any access to those types of decisions, but I think that after playing this game such a long time and having relationships with friends through a lot of server groups that I cannot go and play with, I think for overall gameplay, it just makes so much sense to create opportunities to continue, like to merge those types of make those more opportunities so you can CSC over or and play with more players, because I think when you've got friends to play with and we all know they come and go in this game, you're more likely to play longer and all of that stuff, so it's good for the game longevity. But
I mean,
that's
we
just me.
need some new players, or let's say we need some new room space, whatever server to join, because group 1 is getting empty.
And I mean, that's kind of a natural progression of something, so yeah, we'll see.
Totally.
I did see, interestingly enough, because we're on this topic and it was something that made sense, and I don't know if I'll be able to go find it, but I saw a suggestion in World Chat about making the migration tokens usable when CSC happens, so that like there's plenty of servers that maybe don't meet the requirements for CSC. And thanks, Chikog. And so it would be nice if the migration tokens were an option in order to be able to move players to maybe servers that can't necessarily open. So, I mean, that would be interesting. I thought that was such a great idea because I know I'm holding on to tokens I can't use. And so, yeah, if I can't use them for diamonds, or if there's maybe like a server I want to go to that can open CSC. But of course, like, have limitations to that so that you're not just able to hop into a server that like maybe have king permission or still have, you know what I mean? So that there's boundaries to where you can hop to and how you can get there. But anyway, I just thought that was a really cool suggestion.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea as well. We definitely, like, up in my group, there's not many servers that would have that problem, but there are still a few for sure. And I think it would help to either repopulate those servers or to help them move out.
Yeah. So I think, I don't know. I spend time in World Suggestions. I don't know if anyone else in the listening audience or on the stage takes time to go through those. But I find like there's so many times I'm reading through World Suggestions or Suggestion Channel, and I'm like, why didn't I think of that? Like, there's some really great ideas and suggestions in there. So, I mean, feel free to read through those because maybe it'll inspire you to think of a suggestion that would be super for the game, or also going in and starring them up helps, those suggestions get more attention. So yeah, that's just me. That's my TED Talk. Go in and hang out in World Suggestions over coffee.
When I read back, Zodiac has or had a question.
Okay.
I have a question, but don't want to raise my hand. Why not? Just come. I'm noticing problems with the node search feature. The search feature seems to look for nodes 40 up to 100 feet away and ignores nodes that are close. I have noticed that in SV with my main, and Oh, Surya Wetlands with my main and Lost Island with my farm. Is anyone else noticing this? Yes, definitely yes. Some searching notes manually, to be honest.
Ghostly says that's actually being fixed this update. I have kind of noticed before, like briefly. I mean, because usually when I'm node searching, I'm not paying a lot of attention. I'm like, just like, go, 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 because you want to grab as many 11s as you can as soon as that reset hits. But yeah, I have kind of noticed once in a while, I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure there was a node really close by. Why am I going 100 feet away? But yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like
So
if
that'll
you
be
searched it once and then you didn't hit it right away, if you tried to search again, you wouldn't find it again. Or
Hmm.
something like that. It was kind of weird. I've experienced the same thing though.
A user asked from a new server when Godzilla skin will be available.
Ooh,
Sorry. I just saw that in
probably
questions.
never.
Like, no,
That
that
is,
was a once in a life, I think.
but fair enough, because that's what everybody was asking from my server too, because we could see that in the insect gallery.
Yeah, but
Hmm.
there was a special edition and limited, and there was
Yeah,
a
with limited
a
collaboration.
one-time collab. Yeah.
Look at Ghostly paying all the attention. Thanks, doing our jobs. Maybe you should apply to be stage member.
Yeah, there are some spots open.
Shamelessly plugging.
I'm at work 24/7. Why are you here then?
He doesn't really work at work.
I see.
I mean, depends on the day. I think there were
I mean,
some
he
other
can be the
good.
chat keeper.
The chat keeper. I mean,
Yeah.
we do sometimes need a chat keeper. There were a few other world suggestions I have to dig through because you know me, I have my 8,000 billion photos. Let's see which one. I thought this one was fun. It's just a little, and I'm big on like what optimizes gameplay or just what could be a fun little feature that just, and I was like, the night mode. I mean, how cool would that be? Like have like a sunrise and sunset in game.
That'd be
I mean,
pretty
I don't
cool.
know if they could. I don't know if they could write it into the game as a feature because I don't do any of the like. I don't know what kind of coding it would take, but I think it would be super fun little feature.
I mean, they added already rain and sun, so
Yeah, I
how
mean,
hard it is to
There's
have a
rain in the
night
game?
theme. Yeah.
in wetland. Hmm.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's super cute because
It is
sometimes
cute.
you go into your hill, it was rainy, and then you go out, the sun is shining. It's so cute.
So yeah, it's just another one of those little like features, fun little features. I mean, maybe I'll go to bed more if it's like nighttime when it actually is nighttime and the world would be like, oh yeah, I should be sleeping. But yeah. Then maybe they can add some more night creatures like owls. So, but yeah. So if you got cool little suggestions like that, those are always fun.
That is a
See,
good
I know I
one.
had.
I found another one here. It's kind of a wordy one, but it is a good one.
Let's see, got for us. Let's see.
It says
Oh,
major
wow.
update for Alliance. 1. Alliance nature. Sum up the Alliance total members level in Raider or Cultivator or Herder and give buffs similar to class specific buffs. I think that that's a really cool idea personally, to have all of your team class buffs have some sort of effect when they're all lining up or something like that. So if you get the whole alliance on the same page and all on Raider class when you're about to fight, if you got some extra buffs, that would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I
A
mean,
little
any
more
extra buffs are pretty
organization.
cool.
Yeah, and something that you'd have to organize it with your alliance or else it wouldn't work. It would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Number 2, Alliance Fortress Weekly. I didn't read through
Yeah,
it, so
the second one is another cool one, except it's a little unclear to me how it's worded, but we'll get through it. Alliance Fortress, alliance structure that requires new quest. So based what this suggestion is kind of saying it's kind of like the tree or the Thanksgiving turkey, I believe, that comes once in a while, and you'd have some item that you have to deliver to it to get a buff. So this
Oh,
suggestion is asking for something kind of more permanent throughout the home server, I would guess.
maybe.
I think
Hmm.
it's a good idea, but honestly, I think there's a lot to do on the home server with the a gamma lizard and the pangolin and the groundhog. Like, it's pretty busy on the server. It's nice to have a break. Um, Personally, I think the server's gotten a lot more fun and a lot more stuff to do already. I don't necessarily see the need for a ton of more stuff, but it's always a welcome
Except on
suggestion.
build day. Except on build day.
Yeah, okay.
Because
If
you could
this
add something.
yeah, if this Alliance Fortress was like a thing that you could gather points weekly throughout the whole week and then spend them all on build day to get SVS points, that would be a very helpful thing.
Oh, I agree. The Agama, I can't pronounce it right, but it is frustrating because it's not synced with the Pango. And I'm one of those players that changes all of my class buffs and features for each pangolin because like I compete against myself, so I'm always trying to see how I'm growing in each class. But yeah, I don't hit the I call it the rainbow lizard. I hit it a couple times to get what I want from it, and then I'm out. I don't.
Call it the rainbow lizard.
Yeah. Well, it is. It's like well,
It's just red and blue.
it's rainbowish.
There's some yellow in it too.
Okay.
But
Where?
also, you know what? They need to not have it sitting by the squirters because that's super annoying. It should be. It could be in that little slow area if they want it to be there, but like not when it's taking up spots and you're trying to farm speed ups because that's super frustrating. So that's all. That's my other little snippet for that.
I'm ignoring the Agama.
I'd
Mhm.
hit the
For the
Agama, but
most
I'd
part.
kind of ignore the Pangolin.
What?
Oh
You get
no.
rewards for the Agama. You I only do 5 hits on the Pangolin each day. I don't do all 15 or whatever.
Well, I mean, I do. I want to see, and I keep track. Like I store my best hits. I save those so that I can compare if I'm making improvements or seeing like it's. I mean, I'm not going to do a spreadsheet because I'm sure there's some players that do, but I like to see if
I
I've
mean,
been
was
making
Miss Queen
changes.
the one who did the great Excel sheet?
I think so. I think
Yes.
so. I mean, I wish I was good at doing spreadsheets and things, but I am not. It is not my superpower for sure.
I love
I'm not that
Excel.
organized.
Mm-mm.
You're a
Mm-mm.
man.
Well,
Joking.
I'm kind of controlled chaos for me. So, I mean, I'm organized in my own little way and no one else would probably get it.
Oh, same. I love chaos, but I have my own organization in that
Yeah.
chaos.
In
Otherwise, it would
the
be
chaos.
boring if everything is too organized.
Too structured.
Mm-hmm.
I saw there's another one I want to put that I thought was kind of cool. I just got to find it. Like I said, not the night theme. This one. There we go. Create a place to exchange resources with the ratio 5 to 1 so that resources can be converted into other resources with the ratio. So I thought that was interesting, but there was another one that was similar to this one where it came down to, I'll have to find it later. But I thought like being able to exchange, or it's kind of what you do in the Ladybug, like because you can buy it's not really, well, it kind of is an exchange because you can get honey with diamonds or whatever corresponding resources there. So I thought that
Yeah.
was kind of an interesting.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Especially if it was like linked to the herder class. I think the other point you were talking about that's kind of similar to that was this.
probably. There was a big long list because there was a ton of really great world suggestions. Yeah, like increase the max load so that you can. Especially because now, if there's been an increase in what resources you can gather and things like that, but I mean, some people are better at have more efficient hills for honey or such. So it would be cool to see an adjustment there. So I thought that was a pretty fun suggestion, personally.
I agree.
And there was another one too that was similar. I was like, these are such great suggestions. Not the VIP one. Where is it? You guys can keep talking while I search through my 180,000. I think there were two. Go ahead. Which one did you pick out?
This is about awakenings.
Yes, I was looking for that one.
Says, hello fairy, can you turn awakening shells back into shells to buy new shells? Several new awakenings have appeared. I hope the old awakenings can be destroyed to turn back into power snails, is what they meant. We free to players are having such a hard time, and some of the new servers are also experiencing the same thing. Thank you, Bill. I think that's a great suggestion. There are a lot of older ants that I have awakened a couple times that I really wish I didn't.
Yes, because it's hard to have all the ants. Like, if you have limited resources, to have all your ants up to 50. I mean, I know now you can trade them off, but you have to keep your awakening ants at a certain level for the awakenings to be opened and stick around. So yeah, being able to trade, or you know what I mean, shift them around would be kind of a really cool option. I agree. Because there's lots of awakenings I don't use because I bought too many of them and went, oh, these aren't going to be my forever ants. Darn it.
Yeah, like at the start of the game, I thought the giant tooth would be my bread and butter, and he's up 4 awakenings, like it's at purple, and then I have blue on the jumper and blue on the slim arch, so there's like 10 awakenings total, I think. Maybe 8, but I'd love to swap those and put them on the island ants now that we can awaken those.
Yeah, I can't seem to find the suggestion I was looking for. Oh, maybe this one. There we go. It took me a minute. But yeah, I think it'd be good to have an option to revision. But this is on this one I just posted from the world suggestion is kind of in the same vein. But it's so when you want to revert a special ant, you do end up losing, say, experience or other things. I was thinking about that with insects too. Would it not be kind of cool if you could revert maybe 1 star at a time rather than it's either take it and revert it or swap it to another? Because I think with some, I know for me, I have ants that I keep at like 4 stars because they're kind of just holding place and experience for when and if I get, say, a new ant from one of the events I'm in, and I can upgrade it, but you still need dupes, and so you can kind of upgrade it to the 4 stars without all of the dupes that you need. So it would be really cool as if you if you've, say, passed, you have an ant sitting at red star, your only option is to revert it if you want to like bring one of your newer ants in, or you have to wait for dupes. So I think it would be really cool if you could revert it by individual stars. If you get what I'm saying, do I make sense?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So, because it's a mistake, I think a mistake I know I've made where you're like super eager and excited about getting an ant like maxed out. And then you're like, now I've got a 3-star giant tooth or a 3 red star giant tooth, and I either have to revert it or I have to wait until I have an ant that I can 3-star. And you end up losing all of the experience when you revert it. But if you could take it down to like 4 stars and gain all the material back, then you're not losing all that experience. You're only losing a small bit, if that makes sense. So I thought that was a pretty cool suggestion. I think it would be interesting to have more control and options over how far back you were able to revert something, but that's just my opinion. I don't know how everybody else feels. No one?
I think it's a great suggestion. I agree with you. I don't really have anything else to add.
Oh, okay. Okay. Fair enough.
I think you covered everything. Like I think it is it makes a lot of sense, to be honest, and would save a lot of hassle and like gaining those decomposition shells or degenerate shells.
Well, and I think it's especially more important now because that you have that troop, special ant troop level up option. So you're now really encouraged to level your ants up, but sometimes you're still holding back because, for instance, I'm in wetland or I'm waiting for an SSA and I don't want to like super max out all of my ants, but also I want to get more stars because I want to max out sort of the troop. What is that event called? I can't think of it right now, but you know where
Special
you know
ant
what I'm.
troop boost.
Yes.
Yeah, the troop star challenge as well. They're all
So, because before the troop star challenge, you were kind of like, I know for me, I got like ants that I know are just placeholders for now because I've seen what's coming or could be coming. So I don't want to like put too much into them because the minute I can, sometimes a 4-star ant can be better than a newer ant type thing. So yeah.
Yep.
So
especially right now for players in my range where we've gotten access to all these new ants now, and we're kind of definitely gonna change them over whenever we have the opportunity to. Anything that would give us more opportunity to change them over would be greatly appreciated.
Because I know for me, I got super excited because I was like, yes, I've hatched something I really want. And then I go to like swap it with something and I was like, no, I need some dupes. Dang it, I forgot. So what was Fox putting in? Sorry, I was late. We were okay. Awakening gallery is this. Oh, was this covered to remove awakenings? Yeah, you can fully remove awakenings, but it's the question was about I think was could you
to get the tower
new awakenings?
Yeah, to get the materials back from those awakenings was the suggestion.
Well, you get the materials, but once you have those awakenings and you're not using them, you can, shift them to other awakenings.
Well, you get the proteins, but you don't get the tower snail shells back to buy new awakenings from the old ones, you know?
No, yeah, you sit there with awakenings in your inventory that you're not using.
Yeah, and that you might not be able to even put them on because if you swap the stars or level to that ant, it might not even be at 50 anymore.
Well, and it's more because it's for players like resources. Let's face it, for everyone in some position, their resources are limited, and you want your awakenings on the ants that are most useful to you. And if you can't shift or use the awakenings, like it's kind of a bottleneck, I think, because I know I have awakenings sitting in my inventory because I'm focusing on ants I need the most of. But we got a hand up. Let's bring them up. But yeah. So I mean,
I think the logic is, I get what you're saying about the snail shells obviously not coming back to you, but I think you're only going to start worrying about swapping your awakenings when you've bought the awakening from the gallery, you know. So when you've got it, that's when you're going to start worrying about your other resources. So once you've got your 25,000, you buy the awakening that you do want for your island ant or whatever. That then gives you the chance to delete from the ant that you don't want. You get all of your protein back. You've already bought the awakening. You then use some of that protein to add the awakening back onto the ant you don't want, so you don't lose your gallery ranking, something like 10,000 points, whatever it is. And then you've used your proteins to obviously fill up the awakening you've just bought. So yeah, it is a bit of a ball ache of a process. But yeah, as long as you do it smart and don't drop your gallery ranking, you kind of don't lose out. And then you're constantly adding a new awakening. And even if you keep them at basic level, you're still adding to your gallery ranking each and every time, rather than if we got shells back, what we would do is we'd actually lose gallery ranking because we wouldn't have the awakening. So I don't think that
Yes,
would
but
be a
what
good idea.
is for me, it's so, for instance, my giant tooth is still awakened. I still have my gallery points and everything, but I also have 2 or 3 awakenings sitting in my, because I'm not maxing out
Yeah.
that giant tooth, because I still have awakening. I don't know what they're called. Is it called awakenings? I can't remember now, but I still have them sitting in my inventory, not being used, because I did the bare minimum to maintain my gallery.
Yeah.
Awakening gallery, but I still have, because I'm not maxing out those ants. I've used the materials for those ants and on other awakenings, or on other ants I'm trying to max out. So like currently for me in my inventory, I have 3 so not giant tooth. I have 3 Reap Master
Mhm.
Terror Tusk awakenings that I'm not using, because I'm not putting any more energy into that awakening.
No. But
So,
then you would
so if I could
later,
take
I
those,
guess.
but if I could take those awakenings and get shells for them, I would use them on, say, my Leaf Devourer, maxing out my Leaf Devourer that I am using currently. Do you know what I'm saying? So you could take those ones you've already bought, because let's face it, like Reapmaster was, until he got super lazy, was in my opinion, was an awesome ant to have. So I had him maxed out as soon as I could, but now he isn't useful to me because there's so many other options.
Yeah. No, I think it's just a math thing. I know it's for a lot of people it's not really something that you go, full send into, but if you watch your gallery ranking points as you drop down awakenings, you can see the 2,000 points drop, the 10,000 points drop. You can master it and keep on top of it and kind of be smart and move them into the right ant slowly. So yeah, I think you've got backup, like your reapers, for example. So later on, if you get your better ants awakened and up to where you want them, you've then got all of those points that you can throw back in as spare as and when you want to boost your gallery ranking, which is great. So I mean, I would rather keep them for gallery ranking later, because the boosts that you get from the gallery ranking are probably some of the highest in the game.
Mm-hmm.
They are, there's nowhere else you're going to grab a 20,000, a 20% boost in defense, or whatever. It's just not going to happen anywhere else in game. So for me, it's kind of a massive focus, the gallery ranking. But I think the shells are a short-term fix. So yes, they're fantastic for a short-term switch to your favorite ants, 100%. But would you then suffer later waiting to get your gallery ranking boosted? I don't know. It's kind of a 50-50 in my mind. Short-term gain.
I mean, they are useful. I mean, we do have other items in our inventory that are not useful at all. Like there's like certain things we use to boost our hill and build things in the very beginning of the game that have no purpose. Whereas what you're saying is the awakenings that I am holding on to still will eventually have some purpose, as long as I have that ant to boost up.
Yeah, but right now,
I get it.
But right now, if you could swap them to an ant you actually wanted to awaken, you could use them now and then still buy the other extra ones with your points in the future, just like you would buy the ones that you actually want right now. Like there's still placeholders.
Yeah, so it's basically one of those things.
Short term versus long term, exactly that.
Yeah. And it's kind of one of those things in the game too. It's like a lot of how we play this game is very subjective. So how you might run your hill, or how you would choose to look at some of those buffs. I mean, some of it makes more sense, especially because you're going to want to get where going to want to put your items into the place you're going to get the most boost. But a lot of that is like, some people want to get that from hill skins, and some people want to get that from awakening gallery. So I mean, it is really subjective, but yeah, it's an interesting perspective for sure.
No worries. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for coming up, GigaFox.
Okay. I mean, looks like we are just over time. Is there any last minute things in the live chat? Because I was invested in that conversation, so I don't think we've missed anything. I definitely want to remind everyone to post your live IDs in the live ID channel, and especially those of you who came up on stage to ask a question. Please post your IDs, because you get a little extra something from Fairy for participating. And yeah, like check out World Suggestions. If you got some great ideas, put them in the chat. Check out also the Stage Topics channel. We're always looking for feedback, information, ideas from the community, because that's why we do this. And I also want to say, again, we have an amazing recruitment team and channel. So if you are interested in joining one of the many staff opportunities or teams, please check it out. There may be something in there that you didn't know was a fit for you. We're always looking for, more community involvement. So you guys have anything else to add?
I do not. Have a great rest of your Sunday, everybody, and thank you for coming to the live stage. We hope,
Yeah,
Yeah,
hope
we
to
super
see you
appreciate you.
next week again.
Yeah, thank you so much. We wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you.
See you next
Bye.
week. Bye.